The question is, will I cough again tonight or not? I think the answer is yes. I think the answer is yes. I think the answer is yes. I'm still coughing. I'm still coughing. Pa, 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 pam. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Bum 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 bum. Para 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 para. Boom. Ah, the first cough. The first cough coming. Bum 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 bum. Para pa pa para pa pa pum. Okay, are we ready or not? I think we kind of are. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Ba-da-ba-da-bum. Ba-da-ba-da-bum. Bum, 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 bum. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-bum. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Bang. Barabang is barabang. Barasbang is barabang. Hello? Hello! I'm a bit late tonight. In fact, I still have to do dinner. Yeah, reason is that I had to fight with the microphone for a lot of time. But yeah. But we will, don't worry. Everything will be done in time. Hello. Hello, my friends. Hello, hello. No picture of the day. Oh, that's a pity. We should add new pictures. Anyway, give me a second because I have to attend to my dinner, but I have to do something there. Let me see, the be right back is what? Oh, the be right back is eating dinner. Well, I mean, let's switch it to doing secret things so that you... Is the layout slightly changed or not? No, it's not. Okay, 1 second, my boys. 1 second, 1 second. I can leave the microphone on so you can listen to all the shenanigans I do in the kitchen. But I mean, they're not that many. Connected. Ba-down. 90, no. 10, 0. 90, 94, 95, 96, 97. Boom. 13 minutes. 13 minutes, 13 minutes, 13 minutes, blah blah blah. 1 second, I have to set the timer. Timer 13 minuti. The timer is set. Bum 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 bum. We have exactly 0 viewers at the moment. Wow. What happened tonight? You guys are all busy or what? It's very hard that it's exactly 0 at the beginning. Usually at the beginning there is always at least 2, 3, 4. 0, exactly 0. It's only me. Fantastic. I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind. Dum 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 dum. Pam 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 para pam. So what are we working on? As soon as some of you join, I will ask you how is my voice in terms of volume, because I had a big fight with my microphone, and yeah, unfortunately. But I think I won at the end. I think at the end I won. I'm also selecting a new gym because the year finished and I have to renew the current gym or go to a new one. And the gym that I used last year, I think it was very good. I really liked it. But I did not like the fact that it was extremely hard to change anything, right? So like if you want to switch to a different training during the year was nearly impossible, right? While there are other gyms that really still have like common training courses, but they allow you to switch, right? Which I think is better. I mean, there is a bit less the sense of a group, right, of a team, if you want, because you may switch, but it allows you to do different things during the year. I think it's probably better. At least this is what I'm thinking. So, what we were doing? Well, what we were doing, we were trying to fix the now finding it again. Here, number 16. We were trying to migrate our project to 5.7.4, which is not the latest Unreal Engine release, but is one of the most stable latest releases, and so that is why I decided to pick this one. There is also 7.8 and 7.8.1 that are available, but they're a bit too much too recent, right? They are of June of this year, and I think it's too risky. Now, the good news is that the crash on the win chat is actually fixed, right? The other problem is... Oh, wait a second. I have to... Yeah. I have to think one thing. Let me also switch the music. Okay. Wait, huh? Yes. Yes. Okay, I got it. So it took me a bit, but now I'm starting it. Why is saying this though? Media asset is incompatible. Ah, no. These are no. This is okay. These are just the... No, I thought he was saying that I had to recompile it, but no. It's just the release. We can change them. We can change them all. I had to reboot my machine multiple times, so nothing is up. We have to restart everything. But we can. Oh, 2PS Unreal. Ah, yes, because I don't know exactly what is the difference, but now JetBrains Rider is capable of opening an Unreal project directly from the U project and not from the SLN, which is very interesting. And also he's saying that with that kind of option is inspecting the project better. I don't know. So, I mean, he's organizing the project in a better way. Like he's reading the plugins immediately and such, right? So he has more... is closer to the way Unreal Engine was designed. So, anyway. So we are opening it that way, right? In fact, you see it has a different color, different thingy. And... also, the organization here is slightly different, but yeah, I think it's good. Yeah. Okay, while this is loading, so one of the problem we have, right, is that after the upgrade, for whatever reason in the character selection. We don't have... It's a bit weird. We still have 0 people online. Why we have 0 people? Are we live or we are not live? We are live. It's very strange to have exactly 0 people. I mean, it doesn't happen since many years. Let me just double check that I am online. That is working as expected. Let me see. 1, 2, 3 test. 1, 2, 3 test. Yeah, absolutely. Let me see. 1, 2, 3 test. 1, 2, 3. Yes. We are live. We are definitely live. It's just you not being here, but I am here. You are not here, but I am. Okay, it's no problem. YouTube is up as well. Let me see. 1, 2, 3 test. Okay, fine. We are good. Both platforms. Ba-da-da-da. Ba-da-ba-dam. Wait a second. So if I don't do this, my dinner will be bad. It's already kind of shit. A bit late. No! I forgot that penne needs to be moved a bit in the pot or they stick to the bottom. Penne. Hello, Hula. Hey. We're pretty much alone tonight. I've seen there were 0 viewers up to a few moments ago, so I don't know why. Sometimes it happens, but it's kind of rare. There is always someone going. But okay, so one of the problems we have is that in the character selection, when we want to rotate the character, it doesn't rotate, right? And I don't understand why. So we are going to check. I think we should also change this font. I think this font, I don't know why I kept the default font and not the plain shift font on the character list. No idea. I mean, it's not really relevant now, but maybe we have to make it a bit bigger because it's but anyway, apart from that, basically in this window, right, you can move the mouse and rotate the character, right? And that kind of always worked. But now, after the upgrade, it doesn't work anymore, which is very strange. Oh crap, I have to check my dinner again. Yeah, because I'm late with the dinner. I'm very late with the dinner. Decided to do some other stuff and yeah. Now the only question is question is what? One second, my boys. 1 freaking second. I'm here or not here? Yes, I'm here. Yes. Okay, give me 2 minutes. Well, give me 5 minutes. Yeah, 1 second. I'm coming back. Okay. I'm back in business. You just learned the die of Dolly. Dolly who? Dolly the sheep? Dolly the sheep, I think, died already a long time ago. Who is Dolly Parton? Who's that? Ah, okay. I see. Country music, huh? Country music. She was what? 80 years old? 80 years old. My parents are more than 80 and they're still alive. And they are also in good shape. Kind of. I mean, obviously, if you are more than 80, it's very hard to be in good shape. But considering the age, they are in good shape. Okay. Hello, everyone. Sorry, I was finishing dinner. I had a bit of a weird schedule tonight. But I'm here. So what we are trying to fix is that in this particular screen, and I think the best way would be where is the, why I always have so much stuff open? I don't know. Why I always have so many files? Also, why my mouse is flickering? No idea. This. I think we can go minimal, right? With basically loading nothing. Basically loading nothing. The only difference is that because I rebooted my machine and so I don't have now the same command, but and obviously I didn't save it. No, I didn't save it. But so it's basically this. Yeah. Well, it's not really this because it's so this. Yes. And then this. Okay, so this is one command. And the second command is the second command. No. Absolutely not. Yes. Okay. Now, assuming that the database is not up. Database is not up. Okay, we started again. I have to fix this, but fine. Have you already some answer for making videos? Exactly 0. Exactly 0. Exactly 0. So I think I will do it myself, but fine. The map specified on the command line cannot be found. What? You crazy? I did something stupid. Yes, I did something stupid. Exactly. Yeah, the fact that we have all the maps is kind of annoying. So I remember I remember there is a way to debug enhanced input, right? Yes. You know what? I will eat some chips, but just a few. I mean, chips are not that evil, but they tend to be not very healthy, right? So, but I will eat just a few. Just a few. Not too bad. Oh, the cursor. What? Oh my god, the problem of the cursor. The different cursor appeared only when I went out of the window and I went back in. Did you see that? There was a super old issue that we had long time ago. And that we fixed in some esoteric way. I don't remember exactly what we did, but I think we did something strange in the initialization of the game. And now it seems that we have the same problem. You see that the mouse is a normal mouse? Oh no, it changed now. Okay. I don't know. Seems... I don't know. Maybe after login it's back to the normal one? No, seems to be working. But anyway, the problem is this. If I try to rotate this character, I cannot rotate it. It's like rotating a micro. You see? The more I'm far away from the center, the more it rotates. but it doesn't really work. I don't understand exactly what's going on here. But so I remember there is a way to debug enhanced input. Now enhance input, show debug enhance input. Oh wow, what is this thing? No enhanced player input action mapping have been applied. Oh wow. Because you can cycle between different characters. Oh, I see. But it's a bit weird though, because it's taking the character input. But anyway, it's broken. It's broken in a very big way, and I don't know why. I don't know why. So I mean, in theory, I don't even remember how that was because basically what it's doing, right, is rotating the camera, right? So in theory, it's using the same. I mean, it's doing something, right? Because the camera also is acting very weird. It looks like wherever I click. Okay, let's see if there is a mouse down, mouse up, mouse move, because maybe there is. Okay. Maybe there is not, maybe there is. Character selection widget. I mean, the widget is this widget for sure. The widget is this widget for sure. But and this widget is a child of what? And this is a standard user widget. Yes, so he has no weird fathers or anything, right? So it's just a window. It's just a window. Now this widget is inside W container, so maybe is my W container that is let me see. Mouse button down. When I press the mouse button, does it print anything? No, it doesn't. It doesn't print anything. So in reality, that is not helping us at all. Mouse button down should never propagate if the mouse is inside a window. Should never propagate if the mouse is inside a window. So we are basically saying handled. And that's it. But for example, the wheel works, right? So if I use the mouse wheel, you see that I'm zooming out and I'm zooming in. I don't know how much I can zoom out. If I can go out of the... No, I cannot go out of the room. But I can definitely zoom in and zoom out. So the mouse wheel is doing something. The question is how? If here is empty, so who is catching my mouse wheel? Do we still have the old way? Do we still have the old input with the mouse wheel? Actually, we do. Actually, we do. But now the question is, who is actually managing this mouse wheel then? So you mean that in my player controller I have something, or because yes, there is that setting. We can search wheel and see what happens. Nothing. I mean, I'm a bit surprised that mouse is popping up only in one place. No. Input access, mouse wheel, zoom the camera. I mean, do you think he's using this, or would be interesting to know. That he's using PS character. Range. I don't know if we are using this though, but this seems to be the only place. Input axis mouse wheel to zoom, right? Is the one we saw in the settings. So let me see if there is any other place. Hello, Andrew. Hi. Welcome. We are having some issues here. Sorry, why the search was input without... We found 0 results while there is one just in front of me. Which is a bit strange, huh? It's a bit strange. The only place the only place is here. There is no other place. Now, why it happens is kind of interesting. Okay, let's do this because we need to understand if this is the place. So we will print out a nice mouse wheel, and on the axis even if I think that this will spam, I mean, if I do this, it will spam like a boss, but fine. But at this point, we need to understand, right? We are in understanding mode. We are not in we fix it mode, because we didn't understand it yet. We didn't understand yet why with the new Unreal, our character doesn't rotate anymore. Why? Today is 25 of August, yeah. Undeniably. Ah, sorry, I was coughing. I was coughing a lot. Did I really start 2 servers? Yes, I did. Wow. Okay, so as soon as the server is up, hopefully soon, nope. It's not that. Sorry for the coughing, guys, but still have a bit of remaining of the cold of 2 days ago. So this mouse wheel, right? It seems is happening. It seems it's not happening due to this code. So how the hell does it happen actually? Because this will print out probably when I'm in game, right? So if I enter the game... Yes, now it's spamming like a boss. He's already spamming here on the left. So in that... Why? Why? Okay, let's remove the spam because he's anyway not helping. That's a very good question. So who is managing who is managing that movement? I mean, there must be a camera. I mean, it is a camera move, so there must be a camera move somewhere, right? But I think it's the default camera. I think it's something that is happening. I mean, or is happening in... But I don't think so, because actually... No, I don't think it's happening here. I don't think it's happening here. Who the hell is... I mean, we obviously have a camera, right? We obviously have a camera in that level. But... whatever it is. Yes. So this is the level, right? So we obviously have a camera, and the camera is this one. And is the default camera, right? So is getting possessed by the player controller, I think, instantly. As soon as you load in, right? I don't remember if there is a possess here. No. I thought there was. No. I think there was a setting where you say that the camera becomes the default camera or something. But apart from that... True, if the camera orientation and position should be locked to the HMD. Let's try to speak with the AI and see if he can help us a bit. Weren't we already speaking about it? Yeah, we're speaking about it here. Okay. Another problem. Let's say, okay, another problem in the migration is that in the character selection, screen, when I was clicking the mouse button and dragging, the camera view would rotate. Now in Unreal Engine 574, when I click, the camera moves a bit, but doesn't rotate with the drag, right? Doesn't rotate with the drag. So I don't understand exactly what happened, because I don't understand exactly what happened. Sorry for my voice, guys. Maybe it's better if I don't speak. So it will be interesting to have a debug, for the mouse movement, right? To understand what is for the camera movement, to understand what is actually driving the camera movement on the click, right? Because that's very strange. It's like if he's entering a mouse mode, which by the way we don't have set at that point. This sounds much more like a mouse capture input routing change than a camera problem. Because it is the character selection screen, you can have the cursor visible and UI active. The game and UI mode. I realized the UI handled the mouse movement first. Only unhandled input reaches the player controller. The exact symptom you describe, initial movement, click, works, and condition is typical when the viewport is not staying captured. For a character selection camera where you want press mouse, drag, rotate, release mouse, because is normally, but the capture mode is normally capture mode, captured during mouse down. Then more specific capture the mouse button, release the mouse button. Where you configure the input. Yeah, the problem is that I don't configure the input. Well, I mean, somewhere I do, for sure. But, so let me see. Character selection widget. If I search input, maybe I do it in the previous screen or no? No, because it is, yeah, it's here, right? So I do it only in Blueprint. So in the so I do it in the construct, right? So in the construct, I have... In the construct, I have this. Well, including... So in the construct of my selection widget, right? In the construct of my character selection widget, I have this, right? I have this. So, or this thing changed in a real 5.7, but would look, I mean, so we have the widget to focus, which is actually the wall widget. So it's the selection widget. We have in-mouse lock mode, which is do not lock, lock on capture, lock always, lock in full screen. Then we have hide cursor during capture, and we have flash input, but we don't have anything else. Then there is the only part where I see that we are actually doing anything. And then we request the character list, right? But that is the only thing that we do, actually. And then in this window, we don't do anything else. It does not explicitly say how the viewer should capture the mouse while the button is held. In EU 5.7, the capture behavior is controlled separately by the viewport mouse capture mode. Epic exposed such mode as capture during mouse down, which capture while a mouse button. For your character selection camera is exactly the behavior I would want. Right after your setup, add set viewport mouse capture mode. I never did this. Set viewport mouse, huh? Is this thing new or has always been there? Because I never used this. I think in our code base this thing does not exist. Let me search it. No, it's only here. Hello, Project Ecliptica. The project is going good, thank you. We're making, you know, progress, always progress. The last updates we did a compendium update, so that players can have more information about the monsters directly in the in-game compendium. And before that, we did a tattoo release. So we're now on the face of the characters you can draw tattoos, right? Which was cool. We also did some rebalancing on some of the loot, but that is still pending. And I'm working on I'm working on now to upgrade our to upgrade the engine from 5.4 to 5.7 because I think is about time. And we are doing the migration, but we are finding some issues, like stuff that is not working as before, right? Which is a bit annoying, but that's what it is. So I'm trying to fix these issues. I never seen this set viewport mouse capture mode. I never used it. I don't know if it's the AI hallucinating here or capture during mouse down. Capture during mouse down. I would also change the mouse lock mode to do not lock to lock on capture. Lock on capture and capture mouse down are complementary. Capture during mouse down. I mean, we can try these two changes, but okay. We can try these two changes. Yeah, the funny thing is asking when where I'm processing the camera movement, but I'm not. I don't think I am doing any processing of the camera. I think it's something that comes from base Unreal. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but... Guys, I'm searching someone that can create some videos of the game. Because I want to reapply again for the Mega Grants, and they require some game footage or anyway some stuff that they can see. And I would like to do it, you know, I would like to have something decent so that... But we don't have a marketing team, right? So Unfortunately, I don't have anyone that is working on that. That would be nice, you know, to have someone that's just working on like posting videos, capturing videos, and such. The result is pretty much the same. The result is the same. Exactly identical. It works very weird, so it seems that something is happening, right, when... Uh-oh, I cannot exit from the viewport anymore. Okay, so I think that was that... Show mouse cursor. The problem is that I don't understand... I don't understand even why the camera moves, right? I don't even understand why the camera moves. So that's the problem. I don't think I have any code for this to happen. And the same for the mouse zoom, right? For the mouse wheel. Add controller jaw input. This can be actually. Wait. This can be. Add controller jaw input. Yeah, but it should be. No, but we printed this, right? We printed this, and he was not calling this, right? ALS player input. Add controller pitch input. Do you think it's happening in ALS? I mean, if it's happening in ALS. Nah. Yeah, if I search input, GG. The funny thing that is that also the mouse wheel works. That is kind of the funny thing. But this is just movement, right? It is not camera movement, so I have no idea. I mean, I don't know if there is a default. I mean, the funny thing there is also the mouse wheel is zooming the camera, right? So it seems that because if I switch to this mode, right, where I don't the camera, by the way, is not visible here, which is a bit strange. Widget focus problem. Try to set focus to game viewport. Yeah, but the question is, where is the thing coming from? I mean, why if I use the mouse wheel, right? I actually zoom, and why if I click randomly on the screen, the camera rotates a bit, right? So that's a bit weird. In the previous engine version, right, it was actually smoothing rotating. I can show if you want, but if I drag with my mouse, I'm just rotating around the character, right? So it seems that the camera is somehow associated to the player controller, because the player controller is in the middle, right? It sits in the middle of that level, right? The player controller, the player position sits here. So probably this camera, right, is rotating around that. And in theory, the pivot of the camera is here. So if this rotates, it would rotate this way. But it's rotating around, right? It's rotating around so I don't know. Something is happening. I don't know exactly what is happening. It was working in the previous version of the engine, but now it's not. Set focus to game viewport. I don't know. I can try to add that. The focus. The focus is here, so is widget. You know, widget to focus is set to self, right? So, which is the actual widget. I can set focus to game viewport. I can add this. I mean, is and see what it does. No problem. But the fact is, it was working perfectly, you know, in the other. In 5.4. So it's something that happens only in 5.7. Mouse move, mouse button up, mouse button down, the tick. I don't know. Left mouse button pressed. I mean, if I search button pressed, I think I will find it in a million places. I don't know. For sure not in. Nah, I don't think so. Why am I always starting two servers? So stupid. I will try your change in a sec. I mean, it's loading. It's loading now, huh? It's loading now. I'm just trying to understand if I have any other place where I'm rotating the camera somehow. Or where I'm... I mean, unless there is something... The problem is too much stuff. Unless there is something in our player controller, but... Like, there is still a leftover of... on possess... On possess... setup input... No. I don't know if there is a camera... Setup camera. No, setup camera is commented out. Hmm. Let's see if your change does something. No, it's the same. It's the same. When I click, it does something, but... And the mouse wheels, but... So weird, I don't understand. Because if I then enter in game, right, everything works as expected. So if I enter in game... Yeah, it will take a bit, but... Then the drag works properly. You see? The drag works properly, so... And the wheel works properly. So everything works okay if you are in game. But it's just in the character selection that the camera doesn't rotate as expected. Just in the character selection. And in the character selection, I don't know if I do anything special for it, right? I mean, at least I don't know. This guy is asking me to search for some enhanced input, but enhanced input I did the debug and it's not there yet. Left my mouse move. We search mouse move, but mouse move, mouse drag. This on mouse move is in a completely different widget, so it cannot be, right? It cannot be. So we are in this widget. I mean, I would like to understand what happens when I mean, I don't know if there is a way to debug. Legacy axis mapping. Yeah, I mean, the legacy's axis mapping, I think they are there, right? I mean, we can delete it and put it back and see if that breaks it. But I think it is. I think it's still using under project settings, right? Under input. I think that here these three so if I remove the mouse wheel, I think I will break it, right? But my question is, if I have this mouse wheel, who's managing it, right? Unfortunately, I cannot... So I have legacy input mappings for for look up down, look left right, and and mouse wheel to zoom, right? In fact, the mouse wheel the mouse wheel works in the character selection, but I cannot find and it zooms the camera, but I cannot find anywhere in the blueprints. Well, actually, we do find it in the blueprints, but it's not called, right? So, but the only place where those are used is in my PS character blueprint. PS character blueprint, right? Which is this guy. and we found those, right? But we added the printout, and these are not called. So these are called only while I'm loaded in game. So I added a printout there, and those are not active, are not called during the character selection, right? But only when we load the character in game, where, by the way, everything works as expected. So that is thank you, Project Ecliptica. Thank you for saying hello and stopping by. The observation is very useful. The character selection camera is not using the legacy look map. If the mouse there must be a second input path to character selection which search that pattern. But in the widget itself, mouse wheel, bro. Okay, in the widget, right? It's saying that it's in the widget somewhere. The widget is this one, but there is no wheel. There is no wheel here. And this widget is the father of this widget is this, right? And yes, we have on mouse wheel here, but is completely empty. And in the player controller there is no. So I don't understand what is the camera that I'm currently. I don't know. I'm so confused. Do you think we are going through this? Button down is doing nothing. Button up is doing the stop, drag, stop resides. I mean, we can do this and see if this is happening. I think this is happening for sure, but in theory, ease repositioning should be false. Ease resizing should be false. and so this should do basically nothing, right? But in reality, I don't even know, because W container. No, I don't. No, because W container, I think we instantiated only while in game. So I think that this will. I think this will not. This will not show up. Hello, the Moon Traveler. Are you using unique controller character BP classes for character selection window and not the main class only for one of the game? Are you using unique controller character? No. They are the same. Check the level. The level is a great idea. The level is a great idea, actually. It seems there is a lot of dead code in here. As the game starts, the game mode is spawning a dummy character. Ah, the camera is managed inside a dummy character. Ah, that led me somewhere. The dummy character. There it is. We found it. Thank you, Moon. Well, yeah, is this for sure? Right mouse plus moving mouse to move the camera around. Right mouse button press. Show mouse cursor. Restore initial mouse position. When the mouse will apply the rotation. Rotate the character in the ray selection screen. Yeah, yes, it's here, We found it, thank you. We found it. Now, why this is not working anymore? I mean, why this was working before and now it's not working anymore? That's a good question. Okay. Okay, we found it thanks to the Moon Traveler. The code is actually inside the dummy character, which is used before we enter in the 3D world. Well, before we select and select the character and enter again. Well, which is used in the character selection. In the character selection screen. Now, now, wait, because now that we know where is it. Now, why this is not working anymore? Is life choices is obviously false. Fair controller 0 should still be valid, right? So this is what the BP looks like. Do you think it can understand if I copy paste pieces of BP? Maybe not. Maybe not. So the question is there something else that is... Let me give it to him. Boom. Commands. I think in Twitch. I don't know if on YouTube there are specific commands. But if you want to change your avatar, no, better. If you want to have an avatar, you have to be in Twitch, because at the moment the extension is connected to Twitch. Yes, now the behavior makes sense. The important part is that the old blueprint is using an absolute mouse position plus the warp back trick. What the fuck is the warp back trick? On mouse press, store the current X and Y while dragging the mouse position, current minus store, rotate camera characters and mouse position back to the store X and Y. The last mouse position is the part I would suspect in 5.7. The fact that you get a tiny movement and nothing fits very well. You get one useful delta, then you keep forcing the cursor back to the store position, and 5.7 captures latently no longer produce the same subsequent absolute position than 5.4 did. I would replace the wall delta calculation with get input mouse delta. Your new logic can be much simpler. Left right mouse button pressed. Add my cursor, open gate. Left right mouse button released. Show my cursor, close gate. Then from tick through the gate. Get input mouse delta, jaw and pitch. Okay, I think I understand. And for the ray selection character, delta X sensitivity at character rotation delta. In particular, do not call set mouse position every frame. Do we call set mouse position every frame? Set mouse position. Why we do this? That's very weird. Because when you leave the drag, you want to see the mouse again in the right spot. That is probably why we did it. If you like the old behavior where the cursor reappears exactly where the user originally clicked, you can still store the initial XY on mouse down, but only restore it once on release. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. I also would remove the truncate. So I don't know why it was working before and now it's not working. But anyway, what he's saying is that the way we did it now is not a good idea. So what he's saying is first of all, to have a gate, right, which is mouse down, mouse up, which at the moment we don't have. No, we kind of have mouse button down, if live choices and live click. So this part we cannot mess up because this is the character creation, right? And if we mess it up, we cannot create characters anymore. So, but pressed and released. Okay, so let's say that we need a gate, right? And the gate is mouse down. Okay, is mouse down. So if none of those happens, right? If we are not here, we are not here, we are not here, we set mouse down to true. Yeah, the only problem is that this will happen through the whole set of screens. I think it's a bit risky, actually. But it's risky already, because this happens anyway, right? There is no... But anyway. If he's released, right, we set it false, right? If he's released, we set it false. Okay. Then, if he's not live choice, so We already had this though. We already had this, which is setting the show mouse cursor. So it's basically, this is already the gate, no? Isn't this already the gate? I think it is. It's the opposite of the gate, but it is the gate. Because only when the show mouse cursor is down. But anyway, can we check if the mouse cursor is visible or not? Is mouse... mouse cursor... get show mouse cursor. Yes, this is our... in theory, this is our gate already here, right? When the cursor is visible or is not visible. No? I mean, we can add this new one, but in reality... because the difference is that this was working also on the right mouse button, not just on the left mouse button, right? And this is actually working on both. So the point was that when this is pressed or released, I guess this is the gate he was speaking about. Store the initial mouse position when you press it. Yeah, so we stored the initial mouse position already, only once at the beginning, right? It's just that we restore it all the time. Because we enter only also... Yeah, that's the problem. Okay, so there are two issues. The first issue is this, that this should really not be done always, but should be done only on close. Right? So this I would do anyway. This I would do anyway. Oh fuck. I just did something stupid. They were these two, I guess, right? Yes. Why is saying not to do the truncate? I mean, there's no way, because there is a... I mean, it's truncating automatically, because one is a float. Why saying not to do the truncate? I cannot do the truncate. I cannot avoid... it takes the integers. But anyway, yes, these are these two, so we can do it. We can do it here. So this, I think, is anyway a small improvement. But the other thing that he's saying, aren't we already doing what he's asking? Current x minus variation x. Sorry, where is current x minus variation x? I think this guy is hallucinating. What is current x minus variation x? There is no. The only thing that I'm doing... the only thing that I'm doing, I'm adding controller pitch input, right? Which is exactly what he's asking me to do. I think probably setting the mouse position at every frame was the mess up. I think this one was the mess up. I have the feeling that this was the mess up. Let me try this way. Let me try this way. Hello, Video Nomad. I see you. Yeah, resetting the mouse position while the mouse was moving, I think was a very bad idea. I mean, it was really wrong conceptually, right? I didn't understand how it was working before then. It's a bit weird, huh? No, the wrong password. I mean, the wrong user. Ah, that was the mistake. But why it was working in the old release? Incredible, huh? It works now. It works fantastically. Let me see if it works also. So that was the mistake, huh? Yes. And also, it feels way more smooth. Way smoother than before. Way smoother. Before was like rotating, but very slow. Fantastic. Hey, look at me. Mouse wheel is still working, yes. While the compile button is a yellow. I mean, because we are not perfect. Our project, no, as a yellow because it was not clicked. It was not recompiled. Okay, so this was the mistake. It was the real mistake, by the way. So everything else. Let me just check one thing, 1 second. If he's not valid. If he's not valid. If he's not valid, what do we do? Should we restore the mouse position anyway? If he's not valid. No, we should do nothing. Because if this is not valid, it means that the character creation screen... No, we should do nothing. I mean, we should do nothing more, because we already did here, right? So, yeah, no, I think it's fine. So we can delete this. Exactly. Okay, good. This was actually a bug. This was a bug that in 5.4 was kind of working anyway. I don't know how it's possible that it was working anyway, but it was. Now, okay, nice. What's next? I think what's next is to test a bit. Ah, no, there was the flickering. The flickering. Hello, Video Nomad. Hey, yeah, I saw your character running around. I saw you. Could be a bug before. Wow, a bug that is actually fixing a bug. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so in our list, I mean, we still have to test the whole game pretty much, but in our list, if you want to be positive 1 second, right? The character does not rotate anymore, is fixed, and is done. And the crash on WinChat is done because I fixed it. At the end, you know, the way it was. So in the WinChat, you have a way to say which pins you want. So you basically click here, and in the detail panel, you see on the left, it shows you the pin that you can you see that is adding a pin as I click here, right? It's a very weird way. I've never seen it, but yes, this was the way to do it. So this is why yesterday I was confused on how to use it. So he's taking the style by reference and is modifying it in place, right, with the pins that you want to pass. Yeah, that is the way it works. Okay, the next thing that we noticed was the flickering on the plaza. You know what we do about the flickering? We remove the static light 1 second, or we do a relight only on the plaza. I mean, we can redo a relight. Okay, let's try a relight on the plaza only. Fuck. Let's do a relight on the plaza only with maybe medium quality, not high quality. Otherwise, it will take too much. But with medium quality, will be like 2 minutes. So. Okay, so the plaza is down there. Yes. So we want to can I go a bit quicker? Yes, I can. Let me see if we see the flickering also in the editor by any chance. The one that was very evident was this one. I mean, it actually flickers a bit, even in the editor. Even in the editor. Can I change the... Oh, they completely changed this panel. It's completely different than before. Wow. I just noticed now, but this bar is completely different. Oh, wow. Can we go on lit and see if the flickering goes away? Ah, you see. In unlit, it goes away, so most likely is the shadow, is the static lights. Okay, so let's try to recalculate it. Oh, it's flickering way less in the editor though. It's flickering way less in the editor. Yeah, but for example, the stair, you see the stair? The stair is flickering quite a bit. If I go unlit, it's not flickering at all. Well, it's flickering when I move, but I think that's expected. Okay, if we do the relight, so if we do lightning quality medium and we select our persistent level, right? And we do build lighting only. Unreal Lightmass executable is outdated. Holy shit. What do you mean? Say it again. Unreal Lightmass executable is outdated. Recompile Unreal Lightmass project with what? Unreal Lightmass project with development configuration in Visual Studio. Unreal Lightmass. Okay. We had to do it anyway because Unreal Lightmass. Can we recompile only this one or no? Build selected project. Okay. You normally compile Lightmass thing after you compile the engine? I don't know. The last time I did it was quite some time ago. But probably. I mean, I was expecting that it would recompile everything, but maybe it didn't. Like, if you do compile all, it should compile all, but it seems it doesn't. So probably the programs, because there is this section here that are programs that are separate from the engine. So probably we recompiled the engine, but we didn't recompile programs, I guess. Because maybe we don't use them all. So like Unreal Insight, for example. Yeah, probably this one. Well, but shader compiler worker maybe, right? I assume that this one he compiled already. I don't know. I have some deja vu on this thing. On the programs not compiling as we expect. I have some deja vu from the past. Yeah. Okay, this one succeeded. Let me do compiler, shader, whatever. Let's see if it's saying that it's already up to date or not. Actually, it did something. I don't know. It did something, but very little. So probably was already. Let me do it again. Nah, it did something on it. Because now he said target is up to date, right? So he did something. Well, the shader compiler, hopefully, should be a new one. But anyway, it seems not. It seems our Unreal Engine wants to make things a bit harder than they should be, right? So people need to figure out what exactly is that and that and that and compile it manually. Okay. Okay. Fine. Yeah, why is not default, right? I don't understand. At least, I mean, at least shader compiler and and Lightmass. I mean, at least those two. I don't know what others I would consider mandatory, but probably nothing else. Well, the automation tool, I guess. Otherwise, you cannot build. You cannot. Without the automation tool, you cannot ship. I don't know. It's a bit weird that those things are not automatically. But fine, you know. Fine. Okay, so let's load again our map. And as soon as it's loaded, is it? No, it's loading. Yeah, you see the major flickering there. Okay, let's try to do the same again. So lighting quality medium, build lighting only, but I would like to select the persistent level because I want the persistent level to hold my things. Okay, let's see if our swarm light mass is actually starting. It is. Should be very quick. I don't think it will take much. It will take like 2 minutes. All right. He's exporting the lighting at the moment. You cannot see it because it's in the bottom right part of the screen where the chat is, but it's 94, 95, 97, 100% done. And now it's building. Let's see how quick it is. If it's too slow, we will do another thing. Oh wow, 0%. 0%. Still 0%. You cannot see it because it's beyond the chat, but it's here. It stays there even if I move the window. Okay, you cannot see it. But it's saying 0%. Maybe it will update. Is emitting photons. How many triangles? 5 millions. 5 millions for the grass, I guess. Our wall, our wall seed is like 200k. So Is Planeship PvP or just PvE? In theory we have PvP. Well, we have two types of PvP, but we have a PvP on invite, meaning that you can duel someone. You can just send a duel and you can fight. And you can use it the way you want it, right? So you can, I don't know, maybe make a bet with him and say, if I win, you know, whatever. You can use it RP-wise as you want. And if you duel, you don't really die, you just go to the ground. And then in theory we also have PvP areas, but I think at the moment there are no PvP areas configured in the game. But we can make any area PvP. So basically where if you start to attack, it will work. But I'm not a fan of PvP because if the other person doesn't want to, right? We are still at 0%. Oh my god. At medium, we are still at 0%. For one level. I mean, it's a big level, but... How are we still at 0%? Maybe we'll bump to 100 or to 50 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yeah, it's taking a bit more than I was thinking, but bam, bam, bam. Are you developing a game, Moon Traveler, or are you just you know, working on it or studying? Unreal. Or what? 30%. So what do we want to see? We want to see that stare stop flickering when this is completed. Hopefully. We will test it in game anyway, but I just started making a very basic engine. There was another guy that was making an engine, but I don't think it was you. I think it was someone else, like 2 years ago or so. Don't remember the name, but he was making an engine. To make a game. But I think if I remember, he went pretty far into it because he was on skeletal animations at a certain point. Okay, lightning built 100%. Okay. Now in theory should reload it into the level. Yes. Just for learning Vulcan, not me. Okay. Yeah, it was another guy. But then he disappeared. He never came back. Maybe he will resurface. People sometimes... Ah, you started 6 days ago. Okay. No, this guy was already... He was here very, very often, but then he disappeared. He was here basically every stream, and then he disappeared. And then he came back after some time, after some months, and then he disappeared again. And I remember I asked him if he was still working, and he said, yeah, I'm still working on that, but I had also other stuff to do, and... By the way, we have the beautiful music of XCOM on the background. XCOM 2. Bam bam. Bam bam bam. XCOM, a very nice music. Why is checking so much? What is doing? What is this new engine doing? The old engine was not taking so much time compiling shaders. Well, probably it's because it's the first time we do any whatever. We are recalculating the lights. Next year I will be porting Plane Shift to it. Oh, for sure. We have at the moment 300,000 lines of code and 900 blueprints. Good luck. I mean, AI could do it. I think AI could do it fairly easy. Next year. Maybe next year AI can just finish my game. So I will be free, finally. I didn't give it the world code base yet, but I think I will at a certain point. I think I will just give it the world code base to Claude and say, hey, can you read all of this and tell me what's next? I think I will do it. I don't know when, but I will do it. I'm using Claude for the card game. And so I'm using the tokens pretty much to the fullest. So if I give to Claude this project, I will burn all the tokens in like half an hour. So, well, not half an hour, but. Next year, start the port. In 2050, we finish the port. I mean, if you do it yourself manually, yes. But if you ask AI to do it, it will be done. Whatever I'm doing now is basically useless. I should just wait. I should just go in vacation 1 year, come back, and then the AI will be able to do everything for me. So when the AI will be inside Unreal and will be able to manipulate blueprints properly and 3D models properly and animations properly, yeah, that will be the end of everything, or the beginning of everything. Depends how you want to see it. But yeah, that will be the moment when I will be finally free. I mean, you can guide AI, right? You can tell AI what to do, so that's a job. I mean, definitely. But if it's true, use 6 as no BP support, only version C++. No, impossible. Impossible. Verse is already here. I think in this release it's already present. I think 5.7. Yeah, I think so. but not really interested in learning it at the moment. Okay. It finished the calculation. It flickers anyway. Okay. Okay. We save all. And without fear, we test it in game, okay? Without thinking that they broke static lighting. Without thinking that. Without thinking that they only care about, you know, AAA games. That use Lumen. You know? I mean, I don't want to go full dynamic because full dynamic is anyway 30% less performance. And he's annoying. He's annoying. I mean, losing like 30% FPS just because you want to be full dynamic. I mean, for sure it looks better. I mean, for sure. For sure it looks better. Okay, that stair flickers like a boss. That stair flickers like a boss. Okay. Well. Oh shit, we lost the landscape. Pretty good news. We lost the ground on resave. Interesting. And this thing is flickering like a madman. Look at how much it's flickering. And why we lost the ground? It's pretty cool though. I can go to the sewers just by jumping down, which is kind of nice. Is a feature. But we completely lost the ground. Ay, 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 ay.
You broke it, didn't you?
No, I didn't. There is a guy named Tim Sweeney that broke it. It's not me. In this case, it's really not me. Jesus. Okay. We lost the landscape. Okay, the good news that we lost it also in the editor. And all the trees. And all the trees went to 000. Pretty cool. Good job. Good job. What the fuck happened to the landscape now? Huh? What the fuck? What's going on in this world? I mean, I can reload it, I guess. I don't know. I'm a bit upset. When I resaved the world, well, the levels, the landscape disappeared. Also from the editor. Jesus. How can they make stuff so broken? Me, the first thing I will do, I will change the engine version of Vue plugins to 5.7. Yeah, I can do it. I can do it easily. I mean, it's just here. We just have to go here under plugins, take the U plugin and just say, oh, you know what? It's made for. By the way, this one, for example, doesn't have anything. So I think if you just remove the what is it? Engine version. I think if you remove the line instead of changing it to 7, you remove the line and it works, because this one doesn't have it. This one doesn't have engine version. Interesting trick. Like, you cannot enter in this place if you are not 21 years old. Okay. What's your age? I have no age. Okay, you can enter. Yeah, all this shit, all this thing is, including ALS. I can change them all. Do we want to remove the line, or do we want to, because at this point, well, in theory, the idea was that this was saying what was the original version this thing was created in, and we would that is much more serious than the earlier migration issue. Yes. Since the landscape disappeared after saving the level, I would stop saving those maps at the moment. This one is the best quote. This one, I need to save it. What is saying? There is a much serious problem that the earlier migration is. Since the landscape disappeared after resaving, I would stop saving the maps. That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, stop destroying the world one map at a time. Thank you. I checked the current U7 reports. And there are definitely landscape migration resave problems in the 5.7 line. Oh, nice to hear. Including issue involving landscape streaming proxy, stay landscape data, and proxy synchronization. Jesus. Epic also recommends rebuilding and resaving the landscape proxy data in 5.7 when it becomes out of sync. Before trying any rebuild, I would establish whether the landscape data is actually gone or simply not loaded rendered. First check the word outliner. Search for landscape proxy. Yeah, this first thing I did, and they are there. If those actors are still there, select one and press F. The editor focus on the expected error location. Bro, I can. This is exactly what I did. I pressed F and I arrive here. If I press F when I'm here, no, it's not. It's not doing shit. Well, the landscape proxy, yes. The landscape, no. Maybe there is bad data in the build assets, and so maybe I should just delete them all. I don't know. Before moving, right? So that you can recompile all. Maybe I just have to rebuild landscape, right? Let's rebuild landscape. We broke it anyway, so build landscape. Go. Doesn't do anything. Fantastic. Sorry, why build landscape doesn't do anything? Because it thinks there is no landscape. There were actually two warnings here on the top that I also opened. They were saying the landscape has been fixed but needs a save or something. Revert to the UMap. Yeah, I can revert the UMap. Can I delete all the build assets so it doesn't fuck up or not? Maybe that's one way. Content, maps. The build data. I can revert the UMap to the SVN version, no problem. But should I delete all the build data assets as those were created by 5.4? $1 million question. Probably the answer is yes, because build data is only build data. You say no. For this landscape diagnosis, I would not delete the build data asset files yet. In fact, I would do the opposite. Revert the UMap and its matching build data asset to the same SVN revision you are testing. Contains the map, recomputed lightning, blah blah blah, volumetric, blah blah blah. Yeah, I know. If the landscape comes back, the bed changes in the saved UMap. If it's still missing, the problem isn't simply the 5.7 resave of that map. What do you mean? I mean, for sure it is. I didn't do anything else. I mean, we did a relight, but... What do you mean it's undesirable? No, it is desirable. I have to rebuild it with a new engine anyway, no? This guy is saying a bit of bullshit at the moment. But anyway, I can revert the map. Yes, I can. I can revert the map. There are these two maps that we can revert. Yes. Revert. Ouch. It's open here. No, mistakes were made. Well, it's actually open everywhere, so you cannot really revert it. Okay. I know. It was open. I know. Yes, revert that. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. When Subversion does this, it's so annoying. Okay, now everything is fucked up because the copy is locked. I really like Subversion, but this cleanup thingy is super annoying. This cleanup. It's very, 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 very annoying. What do you mean missing? Huh? Okay. I don't know. Why these two are like this? Because there is still the lock. There's still the lock. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, we reverted the maps. We reverted the maps. Okay, let's open. Then I will have to go because it's a bit late, guys. But I was hoping that this migration would bring me value and not problems. But anyway, I mean, I was expecting some resistance, it's fine, right? So the other bugs that we had until now, I think they were perfectly fine. But seeing that flickering on the geometry really bothers me, because this means the static lights are not well supported by the engine at the moment anymore, and that's an issue. Maybe there is a solution for it. I don't know. Maybe there is just some settings, you know, that you have to do in the light maps, or. But I fear not, right? So this is what my brain is thinking. It's thinking you are fucked. You have to go full dynamic or remain on 5.4. I mean, we can try 5.6, but okay, the landscape is back, obviously. The flickering is there. Okay, so the landscape is back, right? So I don't know exactly, but you see this message here at the top. It's saying 2 landscape actors are out of date and need to be rebuilt, right? So as soon as I do the rebuild landscapes, this message goes away. At the moment the landscape is still here, but then if I save, right, I think this is what happened, right? If I save, well, at the moment it didn't disappear anymore. Didn't disappear. So do you think it's the relight then that we did? The lights that we recomputed that messed up things? I don't know. I mean, the flickering is still there. You know what is the weird thing about the flickering? Is that it's only on certain materials. Well, or maybe it depends on the geometry. Do we want to try to go full dynamic? 1 second. So to go full dynamic, light map. Test full dynamic. I deleted all the build data files, or I was getting an error on save. And then turn on world setting, force no pre-computed lighting. And then build lighting only. This will basically remove all the light maps in case you have any. Okay, let's try to do that 1 second. But my problem is that I want to keep the static lights, right? And that's my issue. Okay, let's do that. We have a backup of everything anyway, so I can delete whatever we want. So let's do this. Let's do this last test, then I go. So we select all the build data. All the build data, yes. And we delete them all. I have it in a zip file anyway, so I can get them back. What? Didn't do it. What the fuck? Sometimes Windows is very weird. Okay, it deleted all of that. Okay, deleted all of that. Then, then we restart the editor. Okay, apart from these plugins, we restart the editor. Did you try lore? What is lore? Drum roll. The drum roll is not working. Pity. Why the drum roll is not working? Streamlabs is not here. Stream Elements is not here. Okay, then you go under word setting, and you force no pre-computed lighting. It worked actually. And do I have to okay, and now we save. I don't know if I have to resave everything, but okay, now we should be in dynamic lights, full dynamic light, full force dynamic light. Full force dynamic light. I mean, obviously now there will be no flickering. I assume. Even if I would prefer that would be flickering, so that it would not only be my problem, but it would be a world problem. And so maybe there is a solution. Only if I open the page. Yeah, probably the bot is not in the chat at the moment. Drum roll. Yeah, we still have a lot to test because what we have seen up to now is just the basic of the basic. But anyway. This flickering is super annoying. I mean, it bothers me to a point that I don't know, but I think it... I mean, we cannot stay on 5-4 forever, right? I mean, it's impossible. It's complaining a lot that there are no build data. It's complaining a lot. Uh-oh. Oh, okay.
Just do it!
Do it! Okay, now we are in full dynamic lights, so we are losing about 30% performance. So if you had like 70 FPS, now you have like 40 FPS.
I see it! I see it! It's the flying lasagna monster!
Holy moly! Why now? In such an important moment? Why now? Okay, let's go back where we were. Why the lasagna monster is coming now? Is it a sign? Is it a message? Is it something we should think about? Well, I mean, it flickers less, that's for sure. Well, it flickers... Bro, it flickers the same. Bro! Bro, in full dynamic? What? So for one time it's just not my problem? Bro, it flickers the same. Are you serious? Are we really full dynamic? Or is it fake? Go night, please. Night, night, night. Night. Hello? Hello, night. Oh, fuck. Time set to 0. Okay. Ah, it's very easy to see. It's very easy to see if we are in full dynamic or not. Actually, my character is not casting shadows, which is weird. I think we are not, because these lights, if we were full dynamic, right, these lights should cast shadows. I mean, this one does, but there is something. Why the one outside? Well, the FPS is pretty bad, so yeah, the FPS is quite bad. So, so it looks like full dynamic because it's really, well, it's loading textures and meshes and. No, the other way. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going forward or backward. True. I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. Uh-oh. Whee! We got to see Zach. I know he's not here because he's not loaded, unfortunately. Are we full dynamic or not? I don't know. How do we know? I mean, it looks like, yes. Like this light, for example. Where is it? Where do we have a bunch of lights that are static? If I die... Oh, sorry, I died. No! I died. Yeah, if I die, maybe here. Yes. This one never casts shadows. Yes. You see my shadow there? No, I think we are. Yeah, also you can see it by the smoothness of the light. Right? You can see it by the smoothness of the light. Normally, this would have been a very hard transition between... Yeah, like here you see it well, right? This would have been a very hard transition between light and darkness with the volumetric light. So yeah, I think it is all dynamic. Is there a stat to know? Is there a command to show the static lights, the static light maps on screen? I think it was like to see what flicker means. Flickers means Hello, Beon Adrit. Epic Games own version control. Okay, I have already enough tools, enough problems to solve without changing that as well. Yes, in the editor the most useful one is light map. No, but in a runtime. View mode, light map density. View mode, light map density. It didn't do shit. Well, it didn't do shit maybe because there are no light maps. So it cannot make sense, right? You think it's a meat map problem? Okay, well, that would be nice. In fact, it looks like it's happening only on certain textures, right? It does a bit feel like.
By the gods, this can't be happening.
Yeah, I agree. You see, like, I mean... But what triggered me what convinced me that it was a light problem is that if I go unlit, I don't see it anymore. So it flickers, but it flickers only if I am in lit mode and not if I am in unlit, right? And so I said, oh yes, You see? So you see that flicker there? I mean, or is the sky, or is the smoke? I don't know. Or there is something like, I don't know, these particles that are like, I don't know. But that is super evident, right? That is super evident. And if I go unlit, it disappears. Nothing moves, right? Well, the trees are still moving a bit, but so this is what made me think. I mean, I can change I can change the material. I can use this material, right? What is this material? This material is floor 001. Okay. I can put this here. Yeah. The material now is this material, and it still flickers. I mean, it does it only in very weird places. Like, it does it only there, right? I don't know. But if I move it, it does it anyway, which is very strange, because usually if you move an object, you automatically invalidate any light maps, and it becomes full dynamic lit, right? So I don't know, it's just the geometry being stupid, or also it seems like it's based on my position, right? If I'm lower than it, I don't see it. If I'm at this height, I see it. If I move it up, you know, if it slowly goes down. So it seems to be some light calculation compared to my camera position. I mean, I can take a completely different material. Maybe those two materials are too similar. Oh crap, wait, I didn't change it actually. I didn't change it, my bad, wait. I thought I changed it, but I didn't, because there were 4 other materials here. Now I changed it, I think. Yeah. So even with a completely different material, it does the same, right? And yes, it depends on your angle, right? Depends on the angle that you... But you know, in the old engine was not doing it. In the old engine was not doing it, so it's doing it only in 5.7. In 5.4 was okay. Try upping the shadow resolution, and if it's not fixed, then it's MIP maps. I mean, MIP maps. I can remove all the MIP maps. I can... At the moment we are using this material, right? He's saying no MIP maps at the moment.
So, how did you end up in this mess?
Is no MIP maps. I can say, instead of no MIP maps, I can say from texture group. And I can resave it. The problem is that I would like to avoid resaving this, but okay, I can remember. Yeah, it's the same. You don't have to generate MIPS for every texture? No, I don't think so. I mean, you can. I mean, you should on the large ones, but I mean, I can take. I can take a standard Unreal material, I don't know. But I don't think it's this. I don't think it's simple steel. Well, this one is reflective, and so this one is reflective. No, but it does it with every material. Come on, it does it with every material. Maybe not the transparent ones, but it does it with all the other materials. It does it with everything. La la la. I have to go though. It's super late. Guys, I need to go. But we fixed at least one of the problems, but but this flickering is super annoying. This flickering is super annoying. It seems to happen only. I mean, do you think is the vegetation like trying to cast shadow here, and this is why it's flickering? Like if I remove the trees, maybe this will not. If I move this higher, wait a second, I have an idea. No. I mean, if I remove the sky. I mean, it looks like he's trying to reflect something. I don't know. Let me remove the sky 1 second and see if no. Even worse. Let me remove everything else except this. Is there an invert selection? No, that would have been too easy. Control I. Nah. Shift I. No. Shift H. Alt H. Alt H did something I didn't want to do. What happened? I think there was a freaking way to hide everything else except that, but now I don't know the name. The name was Plaza Stair 1. Okay, so we hide everything and then we just turn on Plaza Stair 1. Because directional light is not there. Well, with only directional light and the stair, I don't see the flickering. Well, it's definitely reduced. Skylight. There is something though, because now it's not flickering anymore, right? If I re-enable everything in the level, Then it starts to flicker. Is the fog? Wait, there is exponential fog. No, it's not the fog. But it's something, it's something, it's something, it's something. It's something that is making it flicker. It's something in the world. I don't know what is it. But if I hide everything, I'm just selecting and hiding a bunch of stuff, but obviously it's not a great idea. Let me see the lights. All the lights. If I hide all the lights, except directional light. No, it's still flickering. It's still flickering. If I hide all the streets, if I hide all Isla Jayos, if I hide all the minigame, if I hide all the tutorial, if I hide all the trees, if I hide all the winch, all the windowless tower, all the magic shop, all the miscellaneous, all the sector spline, all the podium, all this, all that. Nothing. It's still flickering, the bastard. It's still flickering. Wait, if I hide that, okay, it's not. Wait, if I hide the arena. No, if I hide that, is a problem. Because this is the actual magic shop. So now we have everything hidden except so I think it would be nice to hide all of this and just get this plaza stair. You see, it's not flickering anymore, at least way less. So it's something inside Idla Plaza. It's definitely something inside this folder. You see? It's something inside this folder. What is it? I don't know. But now we are going to find out. Particles? Housing? No. Details? Ah! Details. 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 What's inside details? A lantern? What's inside of this? The problem is that this contains probably millions of stuff. We can go in blocks. Holy shit. Holy shit, how much stuff is in here? Crap. Is it becoming smaller or no? No. Bruh, how big is this directory? Come on. My life. My life is very hard, my boys. How the fuck? How did I make a folder with like 1000 items? Jeez. What is it? Why these are selected? I don't know. Jeez, come on. This is the biggest list I ever seen in my life. Obviously. Now I selected like... Okay, anyway. Is inside of this list. Is inside of this. Is something here. Is something here. Maybe it will be a 3. I think it would be a 3 or something. Now I want to know. I mean, at this point I want to know. Ah! Is the chimney? Is the chimney. Is the chimney. Is the smoke. Is the smoke particle effect on a chimney. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay, let me re-enable everything 1 second. I mean, how the fuck a chimney can... So we may have a particle effect that is broken, right? That maybe is so big that it goes across the wall level. I don't know. But it's very strange, huh? Okay, let me see, apart from putting that in place, but I will... So, let me see if this flickering that we see here, you see this flickering? If I hide this chimney, does it goes away? No, it doesn't. There is more than one chimney? Oh yes, there are 10 of them. But if I remove all the chimneys, we are in this with this flickering doesn't go away. Was I tricked or what? Chimney 1. No, it was not that. What the fuck? No! I was tricked. I was tricked. It's not this. What do you mean it's not this? No, I was under details. Come on. Oh, fuck. Now if I hide details, it's still doing it. What? So it's a combination of items. It's a combination of stuff from different directories. What is it? Hello, NMX says... having no meme maps. No, it's the meme maps. That happens when the details are too high and the screen too render. Details sub-pixel. But the meme maps, if I changed all the textures and it's doing it anyway, why you say it's meme maps? Plane Shift is a video game. I don't know, I think I'm being fooled here by the... I mean, we hide like everything, right? And he was still doing it. Now, if I have to be fake, if I have to be, you know, fair here, he actually changes based on how much geometry we have. So you see that as soon as I enable more stuff, this flickering changes. So it's like the reflection. Do we have a reflection box? I mean, do we have a cube map? You know the cube map? But the cube map is in the static light, in the indirect light, right? So if I remove my indirect light, which is my skylight, that should go away, but it doesn't. The skylight is my indirect light. Geometry issue? No, because unlit it disappears. And plus, we have the same stupid effect here. I mean, it's less visible, but I hope you can see it, right? Is... You see how it flickers here? It's insane. And it is a single flat square. I mean, the geometry is a square. I mean, it's a rectangle, I mean. You know, and it's flickering here anyway. And it's flickering here anyway. If I hide the landscape, it still flickers. If I add this, so it seems that there is a critical point at which it stops flickering. So if we continue to hide, at a certain point it will not flicker anymore. But that point is hard to determine, right? So it seems to be... I mean, we cannot hide this one because this one is where we have this piece, right? Oops. Yeah, but we can hide everything else, and it still flickers, right? Still flickers, this motherfucker. Well, that is where we have the... And then we arrived here, right? We arrived here and we found the chimney, which is a particle. Chimney. And then when we hide the chimney, at the moment they are all hidden, by the way. It's still flickering here. I don't know. Do you see the flickering? I'm going crazy, or it flickers? I think it flickers, huh? Nah, it still flickers. The problem is that this level is so huge that... Ah! Now it went away. Is it a shadow coming from the top? I think it's a shadow coming from an object that is above it and that is not fully closed. And maybe the old engine was doing it stupid and the new engine is doing it perfect, and so it's considering that there is shadow that he has to cast, and so he fucks up. I don't know. I mean, there must be something like this. It's probably a shadow resolution. Yeah, I see it. Does every light have a separate shadow map? Perhaps the chimney light has a resolution. Yeah, I have to go to sleep. Jesus Christ. Now is the fountain, right? Now is the fountain. So if I remove the fountain, which by the way has particle in it, this doesn't flicker anymore. Look, I don't know if you can see it, but can you see it? There is with and there is without. There is with and there is without. I mean, it's not a big flickering, but it's still flickering. Does it happen if I look at it this way? If I look at it this way, it flickers anyway. So, or we have some particles with like infinite boundaries, you know, and like they are visible at the insane they affect some I don't know. But here it is really mechanical, right? So when I remove the fountain, it disappears. And the fountain, I'm pretty sure he has old cascade particles, right? Yes, he has these drops, right? Yeah, he has these drops, right? That are old cascade particles, and they may have been done badly for whatever reason. So they may have
Good
like,
night. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. There are particle emitting life is somehow affecting stuff. Yeah, I think so. Because the chimney is the same. I don't know if this drops actually has lights in it. We can check. So this one is... Oh my god. This one has GPU sprites, but I don't see lights, right? This seems to all be GPU sprites. Can we show the bounds? The bounds, no, the bounds seems to be okay. I don't know. We can investigate it tomorrow. I really need to go. But this problem is weird. I mean, you know what we can do? We can disable particles. Can we disable? So you see how it's flickering now, right? You see the flicker? If I go in settings and I say particles, which means effects, low, right? Does it still flicker? Yes. Does it flicker the same way? Off. Is there a command to remove particle? Is there a runtime console command to disable all particle effects? Tell me. No. But you can emitter spawn rate scale 0. But it's not the same. I mean, because the light.
And his work has just begun.
Yeah, I think so. No, it is not making any difference on that thingy. It is not making any difference. Is the chimney still... Yeah, but the chimney stopped. Come on. The chimney actually stopped emitting anything. I don't know. I have to allow GPU particle 0. Allow GPU particle 0. Nah. FX Niagara. We don't use Niagara. FX freeze particle simulation 1. FX. Bro, go out of the freaking chat window. Nah. Maybe it's not particles. I don't know. Okay, gone. Bye. See you tomorrow evening, 9:30 p.m. European time. If you want to click follow, please. Bye. See you. Bye-bye.